This showstopper was built by a couple who've worked in property for years. Di Derrida and her partner Clive met through the industry, and their home is an expression of their love for architecture, design, and the perfect location.
Wow, I feel like I've just stepped out of the city into the countryside in a split second.
You totally have. We just absolutely love living here, and welcome.
Well, before we go inside, just tell me about these incredible gates. They're lovely.
They're from Argentina, and they didn't really suit our previous home, and so we brought them across to this new build.
Clive managed the building project, while the interiors were Di's canvas. They've kept it simple and chosen to let standout fixtures and heirlooms define the character of each room.
This is lovely, and I see what you mean with the gates. They fit in perfectly. In fact, they match these doors. Tell me about them.
This is also from Argentina, and apparently it comes from some ruin. You've got the mix of teak and beautiful French oak doors.
I'm trying to get a sense for the style you went for here.
We kind of were looking at the Southampton's look, and we had to keep with the area. That is an area with horses, and everything is just about farm and that sort of lifestyle.
Well, I'm already noticing some really interesting elements around the house, and of course this beautiful horse behind me.
Well, he's one of a pair, and he comes from India. And we've had him for about 13 years, and he's passed through 2 of our previous homes. And wherever we go, he comes along with us.
Something else that really works well is the way all the spaces flow into one another. And I'm guessing that's the kitchen. Can I go take a look?
Sure, come on.
The impact of works like the Miles Davis portrait by Joburg artist Wakaba Muteki is amplified by the open plan layout.
This is what I call a beautiful kitchen. Lots of use of white again, but somehow you've managed to warm it up.
We've created the warmth coming in slowly over time with Seven Goonie on the floor. And in winter, we have a raging fire going, and most of the time in summer, these doors are wide open and the sun comes beaming in, and it's just such an awesome place, an area to entertain in.
You've made such good use of flowing spaces, and this kitchen just merges so beautifully with the entertainment area.
What we wanted here was that our dining room area would open up onto the garden. So often we feed the guinea fowls and bring in nature into our home.
Well, if this is what it looks like downstairs, I can't wait to see upstairs.
Wherever you are, you never feel cut off from any other room in this house. And the understated staircase and upstairs gallery add to that sense of freedom of movement. Di has 2 children, and her son Ethan, whose interests lie more towards sport, has also come to appreciate his mother's flair for design.
So this is your room. This is pretty decent for a boy's room.
I'm very stoked with my room. So grateful for what my mom's done. It's my man cave. It's the brightest room in the house.
The room is light but suitably masculine.
What did you do? I mean, this is incredible. I can see your handiwork here for sure.
What I really enjoyed designing was this wet room. For me, having bricks and a door into this room would not have worked. The glass just brings out the light and the airiness. And next door, in my daughter's room, I've created a completely open plan area. And I said to Casey, this is yours. And she took it and she made it her own. She created the pillars and the open plan bathroom with their whole Indonesian feel, which she totally loves.
Well, I can't help noticing that gorgeous propeller behind you on the wall.
It was my dad's, and he passed away when I was a child. It's very central in my room. As you walk in, you see it, so he's there with me every time I see it.
Proud of his father's legacy, Ethan also looks to have his mother's sense of minimalist design. Di's emphasis on broad, sweeping spaces is best appreciated in her bedroom.
Well, Di, I must say, this is without a doubt one of the most beautiful rooms I've ever seen. Serious.
Well, thank you, Nico. It is one of my favorite places in the whole house. It's my sanctuary, and I have to say, waking up here every morning, looking out at that beautiful view, and of course, the most beautiful thing of all is to wake up to see the baby springbuck. We've just had 3 new babies, and just to see every morning the new addition, it's just something very special.
Of course, there's that incredible bathroom.
It's got a zen feel, and
That's exactly what it is.
with a bit of greenery and also the greys. I've tried to pick up the greys and it just all flows beautifully.
Looking outside, the landscaping is beautiful. That must have been quite an undertaking in and of itself.
The gardens turn out stunning, and our landscaper, Lorette, she's been absolutely amazing, and I'd like you to actually meet her.
Lorette Johnston Robertson created an organic, natural look with bulbs for color and an abundance of cut flowers for the house.
Wow, what a garden.
It was, and when I came here it was just lawn and a few trees and the pond behind me. So we've just decided to put grasses, indigenous, bulbs also, so any season there's something happening in the garden. And it's beautiful, so when the wind blows, it's movement.
Well, you've done a magnificent job, but I'm sure it came with a few challenges.
There were a few challenges, yes. Water table for one, so we have some areas that's really wet. And then what we've done, we've planted some water plants at the back just to soak everything up. And we started then with geotextiles that we've placed there down just to keep the soil from running down. And it's quite an interesting process that we had to cut in crisscross and plant each plant. So it was very slow going, but it paid off.
Hey Nico, you want to play some footy?
I'll be right there. I've got to go, it's a boy thing. Very nice to meet you.
Like a natural talent, the art of this house is effortlessly expressed. Whether it's the complex foundation of the seemingly simple garden or the mix of diverse architectural influences, it all comes together with ease. That is style.